We are live. Hello. Welcome. We are here doing what we're now dubbing what did we say? A word nerd party. A nerd in.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I kind of like nerd party.
A nerd party. a nerd in, a nerd party, a nerd hangout, whatever you want to call it. We're just shuffling the words around a little bit because we don't necessarily need to be doing writing for this.
Yeah, it's like this is essentially going to be our write-ins. Just we're trying to, like, if people are crafting or working
or doing homework or reading or whatever it is you want to be doing, come join us and hang out with us while you do it. There's Valerie. Hi. So yeah, we're again, it's going to be the same as ever. We're not really going to have any structure to this. We're just going to hang out, chat when we want to chat, comment in the comments, and we'll chat with you. And yeah, just join us and hang out for an hour.
I swear there's a thing they call this on TikTok now when people go live. It's like body mirroring or doubling.
Body doubling. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big ADHD thing.
Yeah, yes. That's exactly where I'm seeing it.
Exactly.
I'm more likely to do things if there's someone else just aware of my presence and what I'm doing.
Yeah. I said I was going to do this, so now someone needs to watch me do it. So I actually do.
What's everyone working on?
My brain has short-circuited and doesn't remember the word for this. Oh, revisions. Wow. That's not a good sign. That is not a good sign. Uh-oh. Yeah, revisions.
I'm also doing revisions. They're going great, but this happens every time I get to this point in revising. Like, I have a really good time, but I also think it should go way faster than it does. I'm like, well, why am I not done yet? I've only done 5 chapters. Oh, I'm spending 2-3 hours on every chapter. Like,
yep. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know if I've talked to you guys about it, but I'm trying this new thing because I find revisions overwhelming, where I've split every chapter into a separate, like, paper clipped little thing of its own. And then I'm writing out like each scene. And then I'll put a cover letter on it with like all the edits I need to do for each individual chapter. Because, well, I find it less overwhelming for my brain, if that makes sense. And then I can take off all of the scene cards whenever I want and put them all together to see how the story is flowing and what, needs to be shuffled around. But I'm in the same place as you, Megan, where I'm like 12 chapters in or something. I've been doing it for 2 days and I'm like, why am I not finished yet? It's like, well, because I'm writing all the edits out, but it feels like it should go much faster.
Yeah, I do it kind of similarly, where I like make the note cards and figure out like all of the things I need to do. And then I haven't printed a book out in ages, but I decided to do it this time. And when I did my read through, I had like some smaller notes, but then kind of at the front of each one, I was like, okay, here's what day it is. Here's like the big things that need to get fixed in this chapter. And this is my favorite part of writing, is this one, because it feels like I'm actually doing something. But I do feel like it should be less time consuming than it is.
Yeah. Well, I keep telling myself, like, this is necessary work. I'm writing down everything in the spot it needs to be. And then I can just sit down at my computer and just like go, right? Mm-hmm. Like just write it all in. But yeah, it feels like it's taking an eternity.
We did excellent color coordination tonight, and Kelly and I are kind of matchy, but also Megan and Rachel are kind of matchy.
Yeah.
That
was very cute of us.
Aaron and I are kind of matchy.
A little bit, yeah. Rachel and I. Okay. I was going to say I missed the memo, but I do have gray going on, so.
Which matches Megan, so.
Right.
Like if Megan kind of have to together right now, like people would think we coordinated.
It's all coming together.
We did. We are so organized. We planned this.
We've got Anne Griswold here hoping to write a little, and Emmy hoping to finish editing their portfolio for job applications. If you haven't yet, let us know what you're doing. Valerie's doing laundry and reading. Nice. I read 100 pages of Priory of the Orange Tree last night. I'm now at 40% of the book, which is twice as far as I made it last time.
Amazing.
So I think I'm actually going to finish it this time.
I feel like saying, "Oh, what are you going to be reading in February?" I'm like, Day of Fallen Night. What else? I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
This big.
Yeah, Priory is big enough that I gave it a space on my like 2023 bingo. Like, just read that one book.
Nice.
I haven't read a book that big in ages, so.
It's not as big, but I'm like kind of gearing up to read Hellbent, and I have not like I've been reading short stuff like for a while now, so that'll be a good.
I
make
flew
myself
through
read something long
Hellbent.
again.
It was great. It's
Good.
super action packed and tension filled. I think you'll like get through it easy.
I just don't think I've read anything over like I was gonna say 400, but really more like 350 pages for 6 months probably.
Mhm.
I've been reading short stuff.
Yeah, I've started like Fellowship of the Ring again because Megan and Emma have been working on the series. And just like going into back to like literature from like years of not. It's just like, oh, this is a book. It really wants me to like focus the whole time.
Yeah, I think audiobooks are fantastic because I have had a lot going on that has made it really difficult to sit down with a physical book. And so it's made it so that I was reading in instances when I just wouldn't have been reading. But it has made it so that my like reading a big, dense physical book muscle has weakened some.
Tessa just finished homework and is going to do world building for a fantasy series I do, which is awesome. I'm trying to like work on the book I should be working on a little bit, and then I might just go do some unhinged brainstorming for a book no one will want to read, except for the people here, perhaps.
Hell yeah.
No one in any position of power in publishing will want to read it, but that's okay.
What do they know?
Exactly.
My brain just went on this whole roller coaster of like, what if I just like haven't actually written a book in a while? What if I like literally just write one for the Word Nerds? But I'm like, okay, that's an audience of like 9. What if they hate it?
Hell
But
yeah.
you still should.
I would not
Do
hate
it
it.
anyway.
You already know that.
You know we would
Deep
like
in your
it.
heart.
That's pretty much what the writers group like what our like jam was.
That's what my
last
rom-com
year,
is.
this year. Yeah, it was just like we were just reading it for writing it and reading it for each other. Like it makes it so much more fun.
It's way more fun that way.
Yeah. It's
Would
just
recommend.
yeah, it's like rare that you get to like write a new chapter every time and be excited that someone's going to read it like pretty soon, you know, like you don't have to write the whole novel first.
You get that like
And they're not going to
positive
critique it. Like,
reinforcement. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, immediate positive reinforcement does wonders.
It's so funny, like now that my brain's like just riffing on the idea. It's like I know the things that'll make Erin like the book, like the plot things and the features that she'll enjoy, and then my brain's like, but put it on a boat so Megan will hate it.
Yes.
You're just like gonna put in all of the things that will like simultaneously give the Worders joy and like rage.
But force me to read it on a boat.
But now it's on a boat. Suck it up, Megan.
I love that. I would
Oh
read
my
it for
God.
you.
That's hilarious.
I don't know what that says about how I see all of our friendships. I'm like, this would make Erin like it. This would make Megan hate it. And I love that.
It's called balance.
I'm going to make Erin like it and annoy the crap out of Megan.
Yes.
Excellent.
On purpose.
Yes.
get reactions. That's fair.
Yeah. All reactions are good reactions as long as they're strong.
That's what we're gonna go with.
looks like we're coming up on an hour.
I was about to ask a question. Does anyone have any ideas of what like a teen girl might keep in her room? Like fandom-y? Like I have a Harry Styles poster in there, but like what are like things that teens like right now? That would be very like, oh, this is a child's room.
Definitely pictures of like friends from high school.
Okay.
Polaroids, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Photo booth shots, like
Mhm.
when you all
I
go
still have
together
some
and you're
on my walls, so
yeah. When you all go together.
Okay,
and
but I don't know when the last time I've actually seen a photo booth in a mall is. Is that a thing from when we were young?
no, but I'm thinking because now they have the Instax cameras.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm like on the list of I grew up with. It's not really a thing anymore.
Exactly.
The problem.
I haven't been a teen girl in a long time.
Yeah, and it's for my like vampire story that I'm writing. She's like letting this old vampire, creepy old vampire into her house. And so I want it to be this big juxtaposition of like, no, this is a kid.
You could have because like I know when I was a teen, and this isn't necessarily like too old. You could maybe still have books on her shelf that were from when she was like a few years younger. They're just still there,
Middle grade stuff or like
Yeah, well, like
yeah.
I think even as a young teen, I still had like Archie comics in there. I still had like the Boxcar Children. Like I wouldn't necessarily have read it at that age, but it was just still on my shelf from when I had been reading it.
No, that's
So,
good.
like, yeah, and that really gives you the impression of, oh dang, like not that many years ago she was reading like Boxcar Children. And
Raising her hand or pointing to something.
Sorry, no, I'm like I have no idea, and I have to do it so I don't forget it. Some kind of like kitschy jewelry holder. So either like like a necklace stand that like looks like a tree with birds on it, or like or like an earring rack that's like bright purple and then has like I don't like whatever she thinks of as like childish earrings or like cheap plastic earrings or something like that.
Yeah, that's good. Joe Catherine said so. No inflatable chair and bead curtain doors, which was exactly what I had in my room in the 90s. But honestly, they're kind of coming back right now. You might be able to get away with it.
You could even have something like super on the nose, like if she just had her birthday party and she has like a card, like "Happy Sweet 16" or however old she is, like on the front of the card. Like that's a little, like you said, on the nose, but. Stuffed animals too, if she still has a whole bunch of stuffed animals on her bed. Like some adults do too, but
yeah.
What about like a piece of clothing, like pajamas or like socks or something that has a cartoon character on it?
A onesie, a unicorn onesie type thing. Again, adults have that.
Yeah.
Before exactly. Pyra's like, excuse me.
But that's good. I can work with that.
Like
Thank you.
Like a cartoon, like
my sister in her high school room had like this wall that was painted with this like chalkboard paint. It wouldn't necessarily need to be that, but like so it was like always covered with like all these things her friends wrote her and like doodled for her on her chalkboard wall.
Cute.
In high school, I had an entire wall like printed out photos that were like so it was like wallpapered in pictures of my friends.
Yeah,
exactly.
I made one of those for my sister.
Yeah. And then you can definitely like emphasize the BFF and like friends forever and like this is a shot from our grade 10 class or whatever, right? Like this is teenagers.
Or some kind of
a good
like
one from Edgar's World.
Yeah,
a vanity, yeah.
Thinking of like clothes, like a T-shirt that says like Valley High School class of.
Oh yes, yeah.
Class of whatever, or doesn't even have to have class of, but just like high school logo something.
Yeah.
You can even have pictures from the I guess it depends what year you're in, pictures from the yearbook. Those little
trophies.
Flags, like the team flags. Yeah.
Yeah, just a yearbook from like the previous year of high school, but she's not.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Or a middle school yearbook.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And I can imagine this gross old vampire picking it up and just being like, oh, yearbook from middle school. This seems fine. Gross, dude.
What's wrong with this picture? Surely nothing.
Even just like a dress hanging up in the closet that she's picked out for the next school dance, because that's a thing.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
She does
like
ask him to the dance in the chapter.
Ah,
it. Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah, I hate this chapter.
Uncomfortable.
Not as like a structural thing. I like it in the book, but ugh,
but it's icky to write.
icky. Oh, thank you. All right. How did being productive go for everyone else?
pretty good.
Good, I think. Yeah, we actually like focused all the way through, which is
Yeah.
Unusual for us.
I got through like a full chapter.
I had to do so much organizing of my chapters before I figured out where the heck I was in the story, but I eventually did a few. Megan, what does your mug say? I really like it.
Just eat, drink, and be scary.
That's awesome.
That's what the letterboard in my like living room says because I haven't changed it since Halloween. So I mean, I realize it's spooky
Perfect.
all year long, but
Amazing.
maybe that's what I should do after this while I'm thinking about it.
Oh yeah, Valerie adds maybe something that shows what type of clique she's part of, YA novels, instruments, a jacket with club patches or something. Yeah, if she's like a geeky band girl, that would be perfect to have like her instrument and uniform in the corner or something.
I wish I knew what was going to be Riverdale in like 2 years. What
Right.
is the next Riverdale? Not that adults didn't watch Riverdale, but I don't know.
All right. Anyone have any final thoughts before we sign off? Stop yawning.
Sorry.
I think next week we're talking about adaptations and tropes and putting new spins on old things. So
Nice.
I'm excited.
Sounds good. So
should
we'll
be
see you.
fun.
We'll see you the same. What is it? Same bat time, same bat channel. See you next week. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for coming.